Halo Foundation is a nonprofit organization that works on two levels. One, we raise awareness and involvement in American children. The way we do that is teaching about the geography, the culture of whichever country we're focusing on. And two, we want to provide funding for orphans worldwide forever and get the cycle to break.
My name is John Kinyo and I like to play football with my friends. I live in Kenya and I was born in Kenya. When my father passed and my mother went to stay with my uncle, they usually beat me and give me main work to do, and they tell me to go and sleep with the sheep every day.
We provide food, water, shelter, clothing, education and art therapy for the children in the orphanages.
My name is Jordan Gasheli. I am 13 years. I live in Kenya. This is my box and to keep my clothes there. And this is my bag to school to keep all the books, and the favorite subject is math.
The entire birth of Halo came from children in America wanting to do something for this little orphanage that I had visited a long time ago, and I just had told them stories about it, and these kids wanted to do something, and they convinced me that they could raise money by doing a little fundraiser that, you know, was their idea, and they raised $5,000 for this orphanage. And that's where a lot of our concepts come from, is children. It is important for our children to be exposed to what's going on in the third world and given the tools to be able to really do something and make a difference.
My name is Eunice. This is my home. We use this water to wash the clothes, to drink and to bathe.
A lot of times when you go into orphanages that are newer orphanages, or they have a lot of new kids there, they normally are very, very closed off. They don't like to talk about the experiences they've been through, and rightly so. And the orphanage directors struggle with getting to know those children and getting them to work through their issues. What we do is we go in and we give them paints and colors and pencils or whatever they need, and we work with them on how they view themselves in the future, how to deal with what's gone on in their past, and you know what's going on in the present situation right now. We bring the artwork back that the orphans submit to us from the orphanages all over the world and auction it off, and then the money goes back to support the orphanages. My experience last night was unreal. We did this project, and one of the children just started bawling, and we were just doing a simple thing where it was like, okay, just paint a picture of someone that you know cares for you. And we do this just to get the children kind of built up in their self-esteem and to know that there's someone out there, and also for the orphanage directors to know who they're going to if there's a problem. So this one little girl did a portrait of her father and left the face blank on the picture, and she started bawling. And when asked, you know, later on when we were talking to her, she said she was upset because she couldn't remember what her father's face looked like, and she couldn't remember his name. And she was just brought into that orphanage 2 months previous to this session, and really, you know, after talking to the orphanage director, she hasn't mourned at all. She hasn't cried, she hasn't talked about anything, and now the orphanage director understands that that's what she's going through, that she's not just a quiet child, that she's going through a major issue, which is dealing with her father's death. We don't have a big open call for orphanages. We have people that we know live in the other countries, or the countries that we support, and they're the ones who have heard about Halo, maybe through another orphanage or through someone in the United States that has a child involved or something. It's just been amazing how many orphanages have come from that, and they in turn submit an application, and we go over those applications and then visit the orphanages and stay at the orphanages so that we really know what's going on. The costs for each country are different, so we try to figure out what is the right level for each orphanage and what their real needs are. Some of them just need education, some of them need full support, others are sitting with empty rooms and they need beds, and with beds they can get more children, and with, you know, constant support coming from us and that's more kids off of the street. They are just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of children whose parents have died of AIDS, and every day I'm shocked by it, every single day. Some of the children in Central America, it's a little bit different. You know, it might be prostitution and drugs, or a lot of the times both parents haven't died. Maybe they abuse their child and that's what makes them run away and go to the streets. There are a lot of different types, and Halo supports the orphan that needs us. What tugs my heartstrings the worst are the street children who are actually living directly on the streets and who are filthy and in great need. So, of course, those are the ones that we pull in first as much as we can.